You hear that, everybody? That's the song of the Nightbirds. Let's listen for a little bit. What do you think that is? A nightingale? Meadowlark? Is it the fucking mockingbird that sings all night outside my bedroom window? It could be. Let's play it and find out. Yeah, this looks good. Let's change our bird. I think I want to be a blue bird today. And what is that? Some sort of a jay? Let's be a blue jay. I'm feeling the cabin in the woods tonight. Owl, you don't get to live in the woods anymore. Sorry, Owl. You have to live. You can live in the sunflowers today. You can't be the same bird as me. What the heck? Let's make you yellow. And you can be a yellow chicken with pearls. And I don't know which ones I haven't used. You can live in this, like, marshy area. Yeah, everyone's got a different habitat now. Great. Alright, we're gonna play against 3 easy AIs. So far I've won almost every game against the AI, but I did lose once against the 3 easy AIs, so we're gonna try that again. If you've never played Wingspan, it's a lovely, lovely little card game. I believe originally published by Stonemaier Games in the original physical version, and actually a rather good app. I think it plays very nicely on the Switch. And it's basically about laying eggs on birds. Which, if you ask me, sounds a little backwards. Alright, so this is the most sort of thought-intensive part of the game. I am going to choose my starting hand and my starting resources. So I basically get to keep 5 things. None of them are identical. So let's first look at our end of round goals. That's kind of how I've been playing the game, is focusing mainly on those end of round goals. And I generally won every time, as I mentioned. Let's see. So the first round is birds in the forest. Second round is eggs in egg-laying nests. Third round is eggs in, I don't know what those are, cup-shaped nests. And the last one is eggs in the grasslands. That's a great goal to have because grasslands are basically where you lay eggs. Birds are great at laying eggs. So this one looks perfect, says Phoebe, because when played, you lay 1 egg on each of your cup-shaped nests. And in fact, I've got 2 other cup-shaped nests here. I have no egg-laying bird nests here, so I could probably ignore those, but let's look at the special abilities of them. That one's just hunting. Draw 2 new bonus cards and keep 1, which is awesome, but it also costs a lot to play. Let's look at my bonus cards as well. Birds with colors in their names, and birds with geography terms in their names. Well, I've done this geography terms one before when it suited me. There's a yellow-headed blackbird, a ruby-throated hummingbird, and a red-tailed hawk. So actually, if I grab the birds with colors in their names, and these 3 plus the Say's Phoebe, that would be excellent. It's just that does not leave me with very many starting resources, but I mean, I just need to have 6 birds with colors in their names, and that's 3 already, and I just need to grab some more over the course of play. I like that. And I can start by playing the ruby-throated hummingbird on my first turn, and then I get lots of extra resources, but everyone else will as well. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna grab these 4 birds plus a starting resource. Let's look. Might as well grab something that's not already in there, although I'm probably going to be playing this bird as my very first action. Let's just grab a grub. And we'll grab the photographer goal, or bonus card. One nice thing about this app is that Wingspan is a very, what some people would consider a multiplayer solitaire game. You generally don't interact with the other players, except in terms of like being the first person to grab some resources. So you don't really need to know what everyone else is doing. You can just check your end of round goals periodically. I'm going to start by playing this ruby-throated hummingbird. Let's take a look at what birds are available down here too. There's one with a red in its name, which is rather nice. All right, I might grab that, but I think I'm going to start by playing this ruby-throated hummingbird. All right. And
ruby-throated hummingbird. Hummingbirds feed on nectar, but they also eat many small insects.
And if I can get a second bird played in the forest pretty soon, that's going to be nice for me, because then I can start getting 2 resources every time. And in my opinion, that's the thing that sort of throttles you. I don't know if that's the right word choice. The most in the early game is lack of food. So I think I'm going to play this red-tailed hawk as soon as I can. I would need to lay an egg first, which is not a problem. Just deciding if I want to get a red-headed woodpecker. I think I might wait. All right, I'm going to grab that mouse, or the rat, which is there. And I could spend a bird card to get an additional one, but I will not. I will just use my ruby-throated hummingbird's ability. Yes, perfect. And I'm going to start, I believe. I'm going to re-roll. Since all of the dice in the bird feeder are showing the same image, I can re-roll. Not what I wanted. What do I need to play the woodpecker? All right. Seeds and invertebrates and whatnot. I'm going to grab a invertebrate. That seems to be the most useful one. Okay. So I don't like anything that's in the bird feeder right now. Although I could play my yellow-headed blackbird. Which would allow me to get an additional bird card. Ah! I lost out on my woodpecker, but there's another color term. I believe ash is a color term. Ash-throated flycatcher. And that's actually a fairly nice bird. But I don't want to be playing it anytime soon. So I think what I'm going to do now is lay 2 eggs on my hummingbird. And hopefully by the time it comes back around to me, I'll be able to get something more useful out of the bird feeder. Yeah, I'm going to grab food now again. Let's re-roll. Oh, come on. I don't want to play Say's Phoebe at all yet. So I guess I'm going to grab some seed. Yeah. All right. So I don't want to go first. I think I'm going to have the owl go first. And then hopefully they don't both grab fish. As long as they don't both grab fish, I should be able to reroll the dice when it comes back to me. Oh, come on. Okay. Okay, now I gotta get that rat. You know, it seems like such a relaxing game when you start playing it. I mean, I could play my red-tailed hawk now. I would just have to pay 2 identical resources in order to play it, instead of 1 rat. I do like having that morning dove too, although it doesn't play into any of the goals. Now, should I play my yellow-headed blackbird? Okay, I mean, there's no rush to play that, but I should probably play it before I grab birds from the wetlands again. You know, since there's rats in there, I think I'm just going to grab them. Let's see. The ash-throated flycatcher. I mean, it would be sort of pointless to play it so early in the game. I think I'm gonna grab food. Yeah, I'll let everybody get some more food. I will go first. No, I'll go third again. Yeah, now I get to re-roll and get anything I want. But what do I want? I do like getting that morning dove. So I'm going to play another, going to grab another seeds. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to play my red-tailed hawk. Play 2 rats for it. You have to spend an egg. It's nice that the red-tailed hawk can be born from a hummingbird egg. I don't question it. And now I'm going to play my yellow-headed blackbird down here. Let's see how I'm doing on the goals. I'm ahead, which is nice. Play my yellow-headed blackbird. I don't really like these tuck a card from your hand behind the bird abilities. They're good for points, but it's so hard to get those bird cards to begin with. I usually, the way that I generally think about games, I only grab the bird cards that I really want. And so then all of the cards in my hand are cards that I really want. But I think that kind of ability goes well with ones that give you free card draws. Oh, that barn swallow is nice. It's got a star, which means it could count as any kind of nest. Am I still ahead? I'm tied. Well, I'm not going to be able to play another bird in the forest this round, but what I can do is grab that morning dove that I like so much, and then I am going to spend an egg on my ruby-throated hummingbird to grab an additional bird. And it could be the barn swallow, which is a nice, cheap bird to play. Could count as any nest, which is really nice for end-of-round goals. Yeah, we'll do that. I still need more color birds, though. I can tuck a card from my hand if I wanted to. I'm not going to this round. Yeah, I know. The problem with tying for first is that then suddenly the end of round goal becomes much less useful. It would be nice if everybody got the 4 points, but that's not how it works. Oh, black-necked stilt. That looks pretty nice, actually, and it's got a color in it. And bronzed cowbird also has a color. Oh, great. They took my black-necked stilt. Although, the bronzed cowbird is very nice. I'm going to grab it before anybody else gets it. I like these once between turn abilities. The problem is I don't have any eggs. So I can't spend eggs to get an extra bird. I don't really get the point of these. If the bird is to the right of all other birds in a habitat, move it to another habitat abilities. I mean, I guess if you're doing it for, like, most birds in the forest, most birds in the grasslands, but let's... Ooh, I could play a barn swallow. I don't have any eggs. Do I want to risk it? Let me take a look at what the other players are doing. can I see how many cards they have in their hand? Or can I see that? Took my white-breasted nuthatch. I wanted that white-breasted nuthatch. I think I can risk it. I'm gonna risk it, and I'm gonna do the lay eggs action first, so that I can play a barn swallow, and then I can grab 2 cards instead of 1. Ooh, this is a risk. I'm gonna start going toward. I like to diversify where I lay my eggs. Starting to work toward the round 3 goal. I need to get at least 1 egg in that kind of nest. All right. Now I could play a mourning dove or the barn swallow. The nice thing about the barn swallow is that it counts as an egg-laying nest, whatever those are called, for the purposes of this round's end of round bonus. I think... Do I want to play the mourning dove? I kind of like the mourning dove because every time you take that action, you lay eggs on it. Which really, though, I should play the mourning dove in the grasslands because that last round bonus is eggs in the grasslands. So we're going to go with just the barn swallow. I probably should have played the mourning dove before taking the lay eggs action, but...
Barn swallow. Barn swallows once nested in caves, but now favor human-made structures.
Now I'm going to grab birds. Let's grab the bronzed cowbird, and then actually it doesn't particularly matter what other bird I grab, unless I see something I really like, because I'm going to be tucking it. So let's just grab one from the deck. Oh, I think that's a color term. Maybe I should not tuck it. What's a painted bunting? Ooh, and that's a really nice ability. Let me see. Is painted a color term? No, it doesn't look like it's listed as a color term. So I am going to tuck it. Hopefully I'll get something just as good. Oh, but it's got the little cup-shaped nest, too. I'm going to tuck it. Because then I get to draw a free card anyway. And we'll grab another one. Ooh, it's a red thing. That's nice. But again, then I won't be able to tuck. I don't know. I guess I should keep the red one for my end of game scoring. All right, now I have 3, and I'm going to play 2 more. So I actually need... I need to keep this, and I need to get 1 more after that to get the full score from that. And we're not going to tuck it. Sorry. Again, yellow-headed blackbird. I know. I hate doing that. So I need to learn to grab something I don't want, because then when I activate the Barn Swallow, I get to grab whatever I did want to begin with. There's no point in grabbing what I did want and then not tucking it. Okay. How are we doing on end of round scoring here? I need to get at least one so that I can get at least something. Which should just mean actually laying an egg on the Barn Swallow should be fine for me. Hey, baby. She sees those birds. You see those birds on the screen? My kitty cat is here. I should probably play the Morning Dove, and then I'll need to grab food in order to maximize the efficiency of that egg-laying action. And then maybe I could grab more birds, unless I see a bird. Chestnut. Is chestnut a color? I think chestnut counts as a color, but let's take a look. Yeah, chestnut is a color. Chestnut collared longspur, which also would let me grab bonus cards. And it's an egg-laying nest. But then again, I'm not gonna be able to play it this round, I think. It would take too many actions. So I think what I'm gonna do is play the Morning Dove. Then I'm gonna grab some food. Now I'm gonna grab some food. It doesn't... Let's grab... I really want to play that bronze cowbird as soon as I can. So let's... Well, none of them are good for that. So let's grab 2 little mices, unless... 2 little mices. Perfect. My hawk caught a duck. Yeah, let's all grab more stuff. And I'm going to be the first one, because I want to re-roll. Oh, good. And I'm going to grab an invertebrate. Play the bronzed cowbird and then take the lay eggs action, which is almost as good. I might actually do that. It's nice to have the bronzed cowbird out. Do you have an egg to spend somewhere? Yeah. All right, we'll do that. Yep.
Bronzed cowbird. Cowbirds lay eggs in other birds' nests and often break or push out the host bird's eggs.
Is that why my blackbird egg turned into a cowbird? Oh, yeah. And those once between turn actions get seemingly less powerful with more players, because you can only do it once between turns. Oh, shoot. I should have done it on my barn swallow. Oh, well. What is happening here? There we go. Okay. I'm going to lay 3 eggs on my barn swallow, which should count for this round's end of round scoring. Yes. Yes. I'm glad that I got that out when I did. Hey, I got second. That's pretty good for not actually having any birds of that type. Now, I should dominate in this one. Yeah, I'm already well in the lead. Okay, so what do I still need to do in this game? A yellow throat? Yellow throat? That sounds good. And it works for this round's scoring. And it's cheap. Let's do that. Alright, so I'm going to grab a common yellow throat, and then I'm going to grab a card that I definitely don't want so that I can tuck it. It could be the owl. Could be the pine siskel. Where's the pine ebert? Yeah, I definitely don't want the pine siskin. Let's do that. And let's tuck that pine siskin. And we'll grab another one. Sprague's pipit. Cheap bird that gives me bonus cards, but I really want to start taking advantage of the yellow-headed blackbird. I think I'm already getting bonus cards from something else. No, I'm not getting bonus cards from anything else. I've not used the yellow-headed blackbird at all this game. I feel bad about that. It's basically turning a bird into 2 points, one for tucking the card and one for laying the egg. Yeah, I'm gonna tuck it this time. Heck yeah. I mean, you can't say no to 2 points. Ooh, a blue bird. Let's look at where we are in my goal. So I've got a red, yellow. I've already got 4. If I play my red and then my yellow, I've got 6. Then I don't get any additional points after playing 6. So I don't need to go after colors anymore. Alright, it looks like I need food. So let's grab some food. An invertebrate and a rodent would be very nice. And let's grab this one so that nobody else can. Did he catch something? Yes, he caught a little killdeer. Killdeer? No, killdeer. Yeah, let's let everybody get something from the bird feeder. I'm going to want to go first. And I'll grab invertebrates. Sometime during this round, if I can, I want to play Say's Phoebe. I'm going to start by playing the common yellow throat. Let me see. Probably this one. Yeah, let's play this yellow throat first. Unless I should play the hawk first. The hawk doesn't help me with my end-of-round goals this round. Will I still be able to get the Phoebe? Let's see, I've got 2 invertebrates currently. I'm going to spend 1, then I need to grab 2 more, which I can do, assuming nobody grabs them before I do. So I think I should be good. Nope. There we go. And let's take one off of the yellow-headed blackbird, because I'm going to hopefully be continuing to tuck cards on them. There we go. That's nice. And a nice little engine going there on the 3rd out of 4 rounds. Okay, good. I am just so dominating this round's end of round scoring. Yeah. And yet, not so much for the 4th round. Oh, that'll change once I get my Say's Phoebe out. So let's grab these 2 invertebrates. Yes, I caught a sparrow. Sure, let's let everybody get some more. And I'm going to go first. I'm going to re-roll it. And what do I want? Do I want any of these birds? Not super excited about any of those birds. So let's grab something I don't have. Let's grab the berries. Now we're going to do Say's Phoebe. Jeez, that one is paying off so well. Alright. No. Why do I keep doing that? I haven't played this game in a while. There we go. And I think I want to do either my barn swallow or my hummingbird. Doesn't particularly matter. Because then I can continue, or I can then draw an, I can then do an additional egg. Yes. Come on. There we go. Yes, I do want to do that. Look at that. All those extra eggs. That's fun. Man, it's so nice having that bronzed cowbird. We'll put it on Say's Phoebe. Alright. I'm still dominating this round. So let's start working on round 4. In fact, I think I could... I don't think I need to urgently do anything. So I think I could grab some more birds now, although none of those birds seem great to me. But, like, I don't urgently need to play the red-shouldered hawk. I can do that next round. I don't urgently need to lay any more eggs. I can do that next round. So let's grab some birds, right? And I want some birds in the grasslands, preferably. Actually, burrowing owl would be a nice one to have. Let's do that. All right, we're going to grab some birds. All right, we're going to grab a burrowing owl. And we're going to grab a mystery bird. Ooh, a house finch. What's that do? Perfect. Lovely. Beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's grab that. And then we will spend an egg. To grab an additional bird. Do that. Who's that oyster catcher? That's a nice one, but I am going to tuck that. Yeah, I'll draw 2 more. That sounds fine. Alright, what is this barred owl? It's just another predator. Spotted owl, I will keep. I do want to be able to draw bonus cards. Okay, so burrowing owl I like. I really don't need the oyster catcher, so let's put that there. And we'll grab another bird. Purple gallinule. I love that bird when it comes up when other people have played it. I don't need it. So we're going to tuck the purple gallinule as well. Although, technically, it's better than the barred owl in terms of just raw points, but we'll do it. Alright, now I have to discard a card, so I can discard the barred owl. Perfect, I have a great hand of birds now. Lots of lovely little birds to play next round. Alright, last round, and I only have 5 actions. So let's plot this out a little bit. I know I need to play my red-shouldered hawk. Probably do that right away. And then after that, it's just all gravy. It would be nice to get that spotted owl played quickly. So that I can find out what potential bonus cards I have. And then the rest is basically just playing birds into the grasslands and trying to lay eggs on them. Which I don't know if I can really compete. The burrowing owl would be nice. The house finch would be completely lovely to play. Let's start with the hawk, just so I know that it's done, because I need to play that at some point. And I can take one off the yellow-headed blackbird, because in case I want to tuck a card there again. Alright, so that's 1 action. So I have 4 more. At least one of them is going to need to be grabbing food. So that's 2. That's such a nice little ability. It's actually almost too nice. I'm running out of room for my eggs. Okay. So I have 4 actions left. If I take 1 to grab food, 2 to play the house finch, then 3 to play the spotted owl, and then 4 to lay eggs. I don't think I'll get enough food to be able to play both. But it would be nice to have another bonus card just in case I can get a few extra points. So then I won't be able to play the burrowing owl, it looks like. As much as I'd like to. So I could discard the burrowing owl to get additional food this turn. Let's see, I'm already getting 2 plus 1 if I use my hummingbird. If I could play the spotted owl and the house finch, that would be so nice. I already have 1 food. I need just 3 more, but I need the right 3. And that's currently not an option. I think I don't need to discard the card, but then again, there's no way to play it. So I might as well. Let's use the ability. Of course, I could just not use my ruby-throated hummingbird and discard the card instead. So I'm going to grab these 2. And I think I am going to discard the card. I don't think there's a way for me to play both. The thing is, the spotted owl is in the woods, which doesn't benefit me nearly as much, but it does give me that bonus. Yeah, we're going to discard you, burrowing owl. Okay. So let me think more. So if I play my house finch, and then I play the then I play the spotted owl. Or what if I just played this? No, I don't have enough to play the spotted owl. So what if I play the house finch, then the spotted owl, and then I have 1 lay eggs action. And that 1 lay eggs action is going to have to be all the eggs I get. So I get 4 eggs. I already have 4. I would get up to 8. So I would maybe get 3rd place, assuming that duck doesn't do anything else. Whereas if I just played the house finch, and then did nothing else, and then just laid eggs twice. I played the house finch and then laid eggs twice. I would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 eggs in the grasslands, which would put me first. But then I wouldn't get an additional bonus card. And then 5 points also from playing the burrowing owl. I think that's better. I'm so bad at this kind of mental math in board games. I really like little tactical decisions, but when it comes to actually mathing out which is the better choice in terms of pure victory points, that is not something I'm good at. No. Burrowing owl. There we go. Alright, and I'm going to re-roll. No! And I'm going to have to use my hummingbird as well if I want to play that spotted owl. Let's grab an invertebrate. Alright, you catch anything? No, that was another hawk. No, that is an avocado. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do it. I'll go last. Ooh, grab a rat. So nice. Such a nice bird. Put it in my barn swallow. Alright, so I think it's imperative to play my house finch immediately so that doesn't happen to me again. Where I don't have any birds to lay the egg on. Alright. And we're going to grab another one off the barn swallow and one off the common yellow throat.
House finch. These finches are rarely alone and can flock in the hundreds.
But then if I get first, then that means someone else doesn't get first, which is not worth stressing about it. We're gonna play the spotted owl. Hopefully I get a bonus card that gives me some nice solid points, but at the very least the spotted owl is worth 5 points. We'll grab one off the ruby-throated hummingbird, and we'll grab one off the common yellow-throat.
Spotted owl. Habitat for these birds was a topic in logging fights in the Pacific Northwest region of the U.S.
Definitely not visionary leader, but food web expert. That's 6 points. That's actually really nice. All right, my last action will be laying eggs. Yeah, damn straight. All right, let's do it. Let's see, how do I stand? If the chicken doesn't lay any eggs this turn, I might get 3rd place. Or, possibly, if the chicken doesn't lay eggs and someone else does lay eggs, I might even do better than that. So we're just going to put them all in the Morning Dove in case I get the chance to lay an extra egg on that house finch. No, I'm not going to tuck a card from my hand. Wait, do I have to? Oh. No, I don't want to tuck a card from my hand. It doesn't say you may. Well, this one was optional. Let's try that again. We'll do 1 on the house finch. Yeah. I'm going to press the Y button, and that's going to skip it. There we go. Oh, I'm glad I didn't put them all in the Morning Dove. I forgot about its ability. Good. And then, please, somebody who's not the chicken lay eggs. Do you ever wonder about which came first? I mean, like between the chicken and the egg? It's a conundrum. Duck laid eggs. Duck do that. Wow. I just squeaked out second place. That is amazing. I hope I win this game, because I think I played well. I mean, I did really well on all the end of round bonuses. I got 12 points from my bonus cards. I have a lot of eggs, and I have a pretty good amount of birds. Let's see. I won for pure birds. Heck yeah. All right, everybody, that was Wingspan. Let's look at the details. Very nice. Let's look at the overview. Let's look at everybody's habitats. Oh, the chicken had some wild turkey. Wild turkey and a brewer's blackbird. I know what you're up to, chicken. And a bush tit. Naughty. Chihuahua raven. Oh, does it say horned leek? Oh no, that's a horned lark. I actually really like that bird. And the great horned owl. What were you doing, duck? You didn't play any birds in the forest? So you're the one who took my ash-throated flycatcher. All right. Well played, me. All right, let's go back to the menu. Yes, I want to preserve this game in the archives. Let's take a look at our preserve archive. It would be nice if when you played against the AI, it recorded which one you were. But I believe I've won every game except possibly this one. Maybe I just need to choose a bird and a color and just stick to that, but come on.
Mourning dove. One pair of doves may raise 5 or 6 small broods in a year.
Fascinating. All right, everybody. Looks like this is good night. Thank you for watching. And enjoy that night music.